Good morning and welcome to today's video. Once again, we're going to build a bookshelf. It's the exact same thing. We're just going to put another one. Now, I realized today I already bought the wood and the supplies to build it. But I realized today that I didn't actually measure to see if there's enough room to put another one that I could fit books on. So let's start with that. But as you can see, I took everything out of my room pretty much. There's a desk that you're sitting on and my dresser and a whole bunch of stuff on my dresser, but I took out my mattress and a whole bunch of other stuff. And now I can fit a ladder in here. Okay, so I believe last time I did this, I think that what I said was that most books are 9 inches tall, or the shelf would need to be 9 inches to fit most books. Let me just see. Yeah. So this shelf space from the bottom of this is 11.5-ish inches, which is a lot, and I don't need that much space. So I need a ladder. I realized when I turned my camera on that these shelves look really crooked. Obviously this is super crooked, so maybe we'll fix that today. But the shelves are actually level, but this is not level. The house is crooked. So ignore it, okay? Because there's nothing I can do about it. We will be making the shelves level because I don't want my books being crooked like they are here. Anyway, let's measure this. 11.5 inches. And then from the ceiling to here I have 22 inches. The board itself is 3/4 of an inch. We're gonna make it work. So the first step of this process is taking all of the books off of these shelves. So I'm going to attempt to put all of them on the table that you're on. So I'm gonna move you, and we're gonna do that. And I'm going to try my best to keep it organized by genre, because last time when I put these shelves up, if you watched that video, they weren't organized before I put them on here, and it was kind of a disaster. Let's just get started because I don't have anything else to say. It's all done. Let me show you the pile of books I have. This is all of them. Now it's the actual building part. The first step that I need to do is measure, and then I need to also find the angles of both corners so that I can cut the board at the right angle. That's the first step. I'm gonna go get the tool to measure the angles, and then we can cut the board. Last time I did this, the corners were both exactly 91 degrees. So let's see if it's the same higher up here. This should theoretically be the perfect view of the entire wall here. As you can see here, we cut the wood and I sanded it down just a little bit. And so now's kind of the moment of truth to see if I cut it right. My dad cut it, but I measured it and stuff. So it's my fault if it's not right. So we're gonna fit it in there. And we'll see what happens. to measure where I'm putting the brackets now. I just spent like half an hour looking for these brackets. My mom hid them in a random cupboard in the basement. They're obviously going to be in line with these ones. It's just the height that I need to figure out. That's 10.5 inches. I'd say that's pretty good. So I currently have 2 brackets up, and then I realized I was measuring from the top of the first shelf for the height of the shelf we're building, but I realized that that's not necessarily level. So I put the board up there, and of course it doesn't fit properly. And I'm trying to level it right now, but because it's not fitting properly, the board is a little bit weird. It's not, I'll show you in a second, but it's not sitting flat on the bracket. So I'm going to screw the wood into the brackets now, into the 2 that I have, and then level it because it's not accurate right now. So that's what we're gonna do. There we go. It's done. The shelves are up. I did run into some little problems, but we got past it. This is what it's looking like. So it's time to put the books on it now. I realized that once this is done and I have all my furniture and my bed back in here, I'm not actually going to be able to reach the top shelf. Super, super great. So I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do in order to work around that kind of. Obviously it makes the most sense to put the books that I've read already on top, but I'm not going to put all of them up there because I don't know. But other than that, I don't really have any ideas for where I want each genre of books going, but because I'm in school to be a librarian, a library technician, technically, I'm going to try to organize the books by author's last name, because that's how most libraries organize fiction books. Libraries have they have a different identification code for each book, and I'm not doing that. But I'm just going to organize them by author's last name, still in their genres though, because I'm not going to separate the genres. Who do you think I am? And I'm going to try to organize the genres better into subcategories because I didn't do that last time and I wish that I did. Like I'm going to put all of the romance books together and the romantasy books and then the fantasy books and then so on and so forth, and the different subgenres of general fiction. That's what I would like to do. that is what my bookshelf is finally looking like. It is done as of right now. I don't have any books to add to it. I don't have any things to add to it. I did not organize it at all like how I said. I said that I was going to organize it by author's last name. No. I also said that I was going to organize it by subgenres. No. The top shelf is fantasy. Just fantasy. The middle shelf, we have romance, mystery, and then sci-fi / dystopian, and horror. And then this bottom shelf is just general fiction, and then I have a tiny pile of nonfiction. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. I know this is the second bookshelf building video we've had in a while, but for me, they were actually months apart. But, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.